Hello, Don Z here again. If you don't already, please subscribe and follow my channel. That way you can get more content. Anyway, it's a really quick video today. I always get asked, probably the biggest question that I get asked, other than how did you do that, is how I became a magician or how long I've been doing magic. And so I'm always having to answer it. And I figured I would just answer it here. That way I can just refer you to the video. No, I'll still answer the question when we're together. Anyway, how did I start? That is a weird question because I think I use a lot of my personality and my skills and my experience to be a magician, but was there like one time where I just decided to be a magician? And it's not really one time. I didn't go to Hogwarts, or I'm not a reincarnated magician. I am from Las Vegas, which is actually used to be the magic capital of the world. I'm not so sure it is still these days, but it used to be the magic capital of the world because we had Siegfried and Roy, Penn and Teller, Matt King, Lance Burton, a lot of magicians. When I was there, it was like Mike Skinner, which nobody knows, but a lot of magicians perform in Vegas. And though I grew up in Vegas and I always had cards available, right? I always had some cards available from casinos. They had the hole in it, right? But I started maybe doing some card tricks as a young boy, but I didn't get into magic until I got a magic kit. I think I was probably about 5 or 6, when I got a magic kit from my father. My mother and father were separated, so he actually sent it to me. I got a magic kit for Christmas, and I don't remember what kind it was or who it was from. Some magic kits are from like Chris Angel, or they have brands, or a magician puts it together. I think it was just a basic thing. I think probably the only trick I remember from it was this one, where you. Right, I tried to do a show. It was just that one trick. I put a poster in my window and nobody came by. Yeah, it was pretty sad. But I don't blame them because I didn't really read that well, so I didn't go through the whole magic book it came with some props, and what happened was it turned into a toy that got lost in my toy box. I liked coin magic. I used to go to the library a lot, and instead of renting books, like a school library, instead of renting books on like stories, I liked magic tricks. I also liked martial arts and comics and origami, so I used to make paper airplanes. I'd liked reference books rather than the story books. But the problem is there's not many magic books in libraries. And the reason why is because magicians hoard books. You know who you are. They keep them, they collect them. They don't typically go to the library because you'd have to donate them. So the magic books that are in the library at the time when I was learning magic weren't the best. They were just very basic kid magic. And so I wanted to, like if I wanted to be a magician, I didn't really have any role models in Vegas. There are clubs, but I didn't know about them. I asked my mom to do everything on this. I wanted to be in soccer, every music instrument. I wanted to do karate, Boy Scouts, but the answer was always, we can't afford it. So I was kind of on my own to get books or learn on my own. So unfortunately, despite me being from Vegas, I did not have a mentor or whatnot in Vegas. Moved to California. Even in California, when I was a teenager, no magic shop downtown. I grew up in a little town called Livermore, and there was no magic store or magic club that I knew of. I did get some stuff from books, and I got back into it actually as a teenager. I did a lot of card magic, and I had a couple good tricks, but again, I wasn't fooling everybody because it was the same tricks that everybody's seen before. A lot of people said, oh, I know that trick. So again, I didn't become a magician at that point either. I got into sales. I'll do another video about my sales background. The sales background actually helped with my magic for a couple different reasons. Being able to approach people, being able to speak clearly, being able to do the repetition. Like sales, you have to go door to door over and over again. You do the same script over and over again. When you do magic, it's kind of similar. So I can get into that in another video. When I turned 21, I was actually living in Phoenix at the time. There was a magic store. I found a little magic store and I bought a couple tricks. And one of them was a penny and dime, a little gimmick coin thing that I used to keep in my wallet. And I would do it every now and then just to meet people or just to show somebody. And but I wasn't a magician yet. And I started doing magic inside bars. So I would go out to the bar either singly, like by myself, or when I had a girlfriend, I'd go out to bars, and I started doing tricks. This was, by the way, this was probably back when David Blaine was first coming out, back in 2000 or 1999, when I was starting to do magic like David Blaine. And a lot of times David Blaine did just really basic card stuff, and somebody would say, hey, I saw this trick that David Blaine did, can you do that? And I was like, yeah, I can. And I would do like the quarter bite and stuff like that. And I got the repetition of being the magic guy when I went out to certain bars. This was in El Paso. And here's the thing, I didn't have any kind of role model. I was just kind of winging it and kind of learning on my own. I might have seen a close-up magician, walk-around magician in Vegas, but when I was a kid. So I just started doing magic as I thought it should be done or how I could do it. And that meant table hopping. I started thinking I can show some tricks. I can get like 10 tricks and go table to table and just kind of do like an opener, do one trick to get their interest, do a couple tricks that are a little bit longer but stronger, and then have like a closing effect, maybe something like floating or something like that, something good. And then just keep doing that. And I used to get repetition. People would call me in. Hey, it's Don, Magic Guy, come here. And they would hand me a beer. They would give me a free beer. And I said, wow, this is... I bring that up because when I was going to bars, it seemed that guys were always buying women drinks. That was the kind of the tradition. And the fact that I was getting guys to buy me drinks, I'm like, this is my hook, right? I didn't have to show any cleavage or anything. I just got free beer. So at first, I just went around and you give me beers, I keep doing tricks. And then eventually somebody said, do you have a card? And at the time I didn't have. I had these cards. I actually would write my phone number and say, yeah, sure, give me a call. People would call me up for weddings and parties, like house parties and all this kind of thing. And that's how it kind of started. So I said, well, this could be a business. I need to figure out how much I'm going to charge. And, you know, I should get a business card. So I ended up getting a business card. I've had many throughout the years. Here's a couple of the ones I've had. This one says Got Magic. That was used to be my slogan back when Got Milk was more well known. That's more of a recent card. So became more a business, and then I took it more seriously. I became more professional about it. You get clients, you have to find new clients, you got to keep the information, you got to be able to invoice them, you know, get the money, get the payments. You have to, some of them become annual things or reoccurring gigs because maybe they have a Halloween party every year, so you keep, you know, you're gonna have to contact them again and say, hey, would you want me to come back this year? So that there is a business side to it that the sales training, the sales experience really helped. So that's exactly how it progressed into me being a professional magician. I wasn't born with a hat, right? So it's a lot of thinking about what tricks I wanted to do, which ones I want to learn. Oh, by the way, yeah, that's how I learned. I throughout the years, I actually did get some mentors. I ran into other magicians. I joined the clubs. There's a couple of big clubs like the Magic Circle, the Academy of Magical Arts, which is the Magic Castle in Hollywood. There's the IBM which is the International Brotherhood of Magicians. There's the SAM, which Houdini started, which is Society of American Magicians. So there's all these clubs that you can join, and they do monthly meetings. They have the library of books that you can borrow. And so I was able to find people that have been doing it to kind of guide me in the way. I learned mainly how to learn magic. You learn through books. There's some good DVDs by like L&L Publishing. There's some bad stuff out there too that only have like one trick pony, kind of one trick and that's it, and you spend like $20, $30 on it. So learning how to do magic was a good thing, and then keeping it organized. You start collecting a bunch of magic, bunch of apparatus, trick gimmicks and stuff like that. You have to figure out how to store it all, keep it organized, and so that all that kind of stuff is I'll do some videos on that. But mainly I just wanted to kind of tell you how I started out, and you can do the same thing. You don't have to be from Vegas. You don't have to have the lineage of having a mentor or having gone to Hogwarts. But it does take practice. It does take a lot of homework, a lot of learning, and a lot of experience to get really good, right? So I'm still trying. I'm still working at it. So maybe one day I'll be good. Anyway, again, if you guys aren't following, please do. I know I'm up to like 11, 12 minutes now. I wanted to make this short, so I apologize. That's a long answer for something simple as I started when I was 6. As most people want to hear. I started magic when I was 6. Well, there you go. There's the answer. All right, I hope to see you guys around. Until then, I hope you guys take care.